So about 2 years ago now, I've always been interested in DNA and ancestry, family history, that kind of stuff. So myself and my husband decided to take DNA tests with MyHeritage, and I just thought that I would discuss my DNA results, such as the ethnicity map and percentages, and the DNA matches, and also my personal thoughts on the results. So, according to MyHeritage, my results are 81.5% English, 16.7% Scandinavian, and 1.8% Baltic. And according to the ethnicity map of my results, my Baltic ancestors were somewhere within the geographic area of Latvia and Lithuania. Other than that, of course, due to the closely matching DNA of people living in England and Scandinavia, the results do not specify a smaller geographic area. I just thought it would be really interesting to note how many DNA matches I had by country. So, the highest DNA matches country that I had was the USA, where I had 2,722 matches, Great Britain 752, Australia 237, Canada 155, New Zealand 106, Ireland 40, Norway 39, Sweden 34, Netherlands 31, Germany 30, Finland 29, Denmark 21, France 18, Austria 7, South Africa and Switzerland 6, Belgium, Russia and Italy 3, Brazil and Japan 2, and Estonia, United Arab Emirates, Cyprus, Guam, South Korea, Hong Kong, Spain, Romania, and Argentina all 1. Of all of these matches, only one was classed as extended family, and that was a first cousin twice removed, and the rest were more distant relatives. So, my thoughts. Ever since I was a small child, I have been fascinated with all things Scandinavian and Germanic, and have always felt particularly drawn to the Viking Age. Despite being born and raised in England, I've always felt like a foreigner in my own country. I class myself as a Norse pagan, and after finding some Norse ancestors in my family tree, as well as having a huge amount of ancestors from northern England, I just assumed that the amount of Scandinavian DNA would have been a lot higher. I also remember reading somewhere that it's rare to get an English DNA result higher than 60%, as this island has been invaded and conquered by many different cultures over the course of history. Therefore, I was really surprised, and I have to admit a little disappointed, to discover that I am predominantly English. However, I am very pleased to have found a Scandinavian connection, albeit much smaller than I'd originally hoped. As for the Baltic blood, I've no idea where that came from. I hope to find common ancestors with my DNA matches and maybe find out a little bit more about my Latvian and Lithuanian roots. I'm also thinking about taking some different tests run by different DNA companies and maybe seeing how the results differ to the MyHeritage test. Excuse me, as every single DNA company, they have different algorithms, they have a different database of DNA, so it's quite possible that I can have different results with another test. And obviously, the more people get added to the database year after year, the results of the MyHeritage test will most likely change in time as well. So I think it'll be really interesting to kind of keep an eye on that. And also, I'll probably be doing another video soon about my GEDmatch DNA results, because if you download your raw DNA data from the company website that you've used for the test, you can then upload it to GEDmatch, which is free, where you can compare it with DNA matches from multiple different companies instead of just the company that you purchased the test from, as you know, assuming that they've also uploaded their DNA to GEDmatch. Sorry. And also they've got lots of different tools on there where you can further dig into your ethnicity. And what's also really cool is that you can compare your DNA with that of ancient skeletons and mummies and ancient remains basically that have been found all over the world. So I think that's really, really interesting. And I'm still a bit of a novice when it comes to GEDmatch. It's quite technical, it's quite scientifically written. So I'm obviously learning more and more about that as I go along. But yeah, that's my DNA results. I'm always also really interested to hear how anyone else's results were. You know, did you get the results that you hoped for or the results that you expected? Or was it a total shock for you? Or have you got the same results as me, more or less? Like, let me know in the comments below, and I will be doing a more detailed and hopefully better quality video on this at a later date. So, yeah, that's me. English, Scandinavian, and Baltic. And proud.